and sorry, just like another tip, I guess.
Yeah.
The wands are really expensive and there's not a lot that you can do with them when you get home. And so, first of all, there are rental companies that will rent you a wand while you're there.
No,
if you
stop
want.
it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yes, you can rent a wand.
Why didn't we think of this?
But if you know somebody who's going that can send you one, you can do that too.
Rachel, can we borrow your wands?
I know. Well, that's what I say. I could mail it to you.
Dude, it'd be really awesome if they had like Fred Sanford's wizarding use wands.
Yeah.
What you want, a Wi-Fi? It's made of aluminum foil.
We could literally
You just come to my place, I'll hook you up with a wand. It's still got about a good 20 years.
Yeah.
When I'm human, and I'm gonna blow my horn till the cows come home, and everyone's gonna bow down to me. Hey guys, how you doing? It's Michael Leon Woolley, the voice of Louis the Alligator from the Disney movie The Princess and the Frog, and you're listening to the Magic Our Way podcast with Kevin, Danny, Eli, and Rachel.
Jumbo, everyone.
Harambe.
And welcome to another edition of
The Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
The Magic Our Way podcast. They are truly magical and whatnot.
Asante Sana, everyone. You're listening to the Magic Our Way podcast from New Orleans, Louisiana. And on this show, we invite you to feel the libations.
Feel it, feel it.
We are artistic buffs and not artistic cream puffs. This is a show in which every opinion is welcome. MagicOurWay.com is where you can find us. In this episode, we discuss Epic Universe, Part 1, planning and all that stuff, man. If you want to book a vacation, this is the episode you want to check out. Hey, look, this isn't your typical polish, practice, Pixiness of Disney podcast. No way. We are not in the Magic Kingdom at the Haunted Mansion every day, letting you know that new construction walls and tarp has been added to the queue of Haunted Mansion.
That's right, Kev. We're just here to drink, talk some Disney, and tell you where you can get a used wand at discount prices.
And you listeners have the easy part. All you guys and girls have to do is to listen up to what we think up while we drink up.
My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
I'm Eli.
And I'm Rachel.
Hey, look, you can leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts and wherever you access our show. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you never miss an episode of the Magic Our Way podcast. Plus, one of the easiest ways to support us is to book your next vacation with Rachel, which this episode will definitely help you do.
Absolutely. If somebody's so good at her job, she was one of the few people to get invited to go check out Epic Universe early.
Tip top, baby.
Yes.
Tip top.
That's right. And look, we want to thank our Patreon supporters for all that they do for us. But before we get into it, the one thing I want to jibber jabber about is this. I don't know if you saw the news, but the Grand Floridian, they've been going through a remodel of their lobby.
Yes.
And they're adding like this little birdcage bar looking
Looks great.
thing.
Yeah.
Looks great. My one question is they said it's inspired by the birdcage. I hope they're not getting rid of the said birdcage.
The Nathan Lane, Robin Williams movie?
No.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
They're scared of my Guatemalanness. I do not wear shoes. It makes me fall down.
This is bad.
That's right. Yeah.
I fall down.
I fall down. Yes.
Yes,
No,
I'm
that's my only concern. It's like I just hope it's not getting rid of that bird cage that's in there. They said it's
No, they're
inspired,
not.
but-
They're
okay.
relocating it.
Where is it?
They said they're relocating it across from it. So either on the right hand side over there by the elevator, I guess, or
Or by
behind it.
by the stairs?
By the yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask that question.
Yeah.
Because I looked at the concept art, and I know concept art for Disney is not always reliable, but I'm like,
Right.
that looks awfully close to where the actual birdcage is, which has a ton of Grand Floridian history in and of itself.
Well, yeah, yes and no. I mean, I don't know. The birdcage really, it didn't really hold a whole lot of significance. I'm a huge Grand Floridian fan, and an empty birdcage, really?
Well, the thing is, I
Then
mean, the
that's fair.
elevator
Right.
pond to it, and
It's
then
like-
also that guy that I ran into in there, that custodian, he gave me the history of the whole thing, which I talked about in that one show, and I was like,
Yeah.
that makes it a little bit more significant of why it's just sitting, why there's a birdcage in the lobby.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Just
go
put
ahead.
a bird in there.
Yeah, or somebody didn't pay the bill. Like, put them in there. Like,
There's got to be an extra tiki bird somewhere in the back.
Bro, you gotta put a big tiki bird though.
Oh, that would be cool if they had like an interactive tiki bird
Exactly.
in the birdcage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But I like the prospect of a bar. That's going to be kind of cool.
I think it's going to be great.
Yeah,
I like
another
this
option.
move. The carpeting looks great.
The carpeting does look great.
I love that they're keeping the elegance of the Grand Floridian going. I like the idea of the downstairs bar. My niece Emmy hit me to this at first. Like she had texted it to me because she's doing not architecture. What do you call it? Design. Interior design. And she was submitting a project where you had to design a hotel.
Oh.
And her teacher was giving her problems because her bar was outside of the restaurant. And in her opinion, bars go inside of restaurants. I'm like, that's not even close to being right.
No.
Like most bars are outside of the restaurant. They're not too far away from generally the restaurant, but most lobby bars are disconnected because some people just want to have a drink and go up to their room. They don't necessarily want to eat.
Obviously, this teacher don't travel too much like Emmy does.
Yeah, that's silly because it's like restaurants will have a separate bar to increase their profits, but a bar does not need a restaurant.
Exactly. And part of the assignment was it had to be like themed after like a movie, and Emmy pitched like 4 or 5 Disney movies, and the teacher said no to all of them.
Damn.
And then finally accepted My Fair Lady. So I'm thinking this woman just does not like Disney.
Yeah.
All right. So
there
Emmy-
aren't teachers like professors like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I can tell you an X-Men story that'll make you sad.
I will say Emmy A+,
Yeah.
Yes.
teacher F.
Exactly.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Or a professor.
Wait. Hold on.
Maybe we book a vacation.
We just
later
talked
this
about
year.
a bad teacher. Let's talk to a good teacher and see what she thinks about it.
Oh, okay.
I think her idea sounded great.
Yeah.
I also think it's like if you're going to give an open-ended project like that, I don't know why you're arguing when the kids give you a creative response.
I couldn't agree more.
Bingo.
I told her, I was like, they're stifling your creativity.
Yeah. Sometimes there's hating going on in our schools a lot.
You gotta fight through that.
Yeah. You
Exactly.
Yeah.
Pass the course and you do whatever you want.
I tell you a story one day, put hair on your chest, but nobody need to hear that.
I love
right
hair on
now.
my chest. I already have hair on my chest.
Tough times though.
I don't need any more hair on my chest.
The teacher did me wrong. Like I say this really quick and back off. I remember there was a Marvel editing thing and when I was in college and I had to turn in my portfolio and my teacher lost it. And it was like the only chance to like have the editor see it. I had to go back and recreate the whole portfolio. Luckily, I saved everything on a zip drive. That's how old this is.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, hey, and I had to show the stuff to like photocopies, but I was like, the teacher lost my whole portfolio. Sometimes it's hating out there.
Dude, that's not
It's zipped
cool.
out of there. That's right.
Yeah, but you ain't stopping
Terrible.
me. You wasn't stopping me. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Look, so enough of our jibber jabber about all that. Let's go discuss some planning for Universal's Epic Universe. Welcome to the Hub, the big topic segment of our show. And for this Hub, we are looking at Universal Epic Universe. But before we get into it, you may be saying to yourself, oh man, here's another Disney show sucking the teat of Universal's new hotness. I mean, come on. I know some of you are thinking that way. I mean, honestly, there's a lot of Disney folk on YouTube and stuff that have been posting nothing but epic things, all the
Yes.
influencers and stuff. And I'm sure there's somebody out there who's like, oh, y'all didn't. Yeah.
That's
Whatever.
exactly how he sounds.
I think so. I don't know. That's what I got. I can't help but think.
That's
Man, y'all turn your
disgruntled.
back on Disney. But look,
Oh.
my response is this, right?
Mhm.
And it's been the same response I've been giving the entire time since concrete details were released back in January 2024. Competition is good for business.
100%.
And since Universal is Disney's closest competitor, especially in the theme park industry, we as Disney fans have to take note of what's going on over there.
Mm-hmm.
And I have high hopes that Epic knocks it out of the park. I mean, we've been seeing videos everywhere on social media, and look-wise, I mean, the details look great. Everything looks great. Everything is awesome. There's just a couple of things that, you know, they need to come up on, and what we've talked about in previous shows with the food.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they need to bring the food. The food has to be epic.
Yes.
There you go. Well said.
Food and bars.
Yes.
We're going to be talking about it in the next episode, right? The
Yes,
food.
absolutely. We're going to be examining all the food. Yes.
So I don't want to go too deep into it, but man, the food looks, I mean, it looks like they're bringing it.
It looks. I want to know what it tastes like.
Well, the pixie dusters are happy.
Are they?
Yeah. Which you would expect, but
Sure.
What would be the universal equivalent of that?
A
Like
universal pixie duster? What you
So
call that?
Stardusters? Yeah, I like
Stardust?
Stardust.
Yeah.
Celestial, yeah.
Epicurus. I don't know.
Epicurus? I like
that
that.
TV show. I think it was a TV show. But yeah, so particularly on this show, what we're going to discuss, we are going to talk about food in another show, but for this show, we're talking about planning. So maybe this year you want to be part of the excitement to go see the newest park to come online, the newest major park to come online in Central Florida in a long, long time. And maybe you want to do some planning and you want to figure out how are things working. Things are still in flux right now. They're still in what they call like a dress rehearsal, so to speak, where not everything's being happening. If you go on the website, hardly any of the menus are being posted yet officially. But you are seeing pictures of the food and you are seeing attractions being run. Sometimes they go down, they close, but they are in full testing mode, just making sure everything's ready for their grand opening on the 22nd. So maybe you want to be part of that. There's a whole rest of this year and you want to do some planning. And I'm happy to announce, at least for this show, as we mentioned on the last show, Eli said, we got to figure this out. Well, we figured it out.
Of course.
The podcast is going down to Central Florida from June 5th through 8th. For a short little weekend trip for a two things. We're going to check out Epic Universe after it opens, which will be a unique experience. So we'll see what they ended up going with after all the testing is done and experience it all in that one day. And we have express passes to go with it. And we're also showing up on that Saturday, the 7th, for the final operating day of Muppet Vision 3D. I guess that whole courtyard too, because that's going away. Yeah.
Well, that courtyard's been going away for some time.
This
now.
is true. Yes, this is true.
Yeah.
Like a
They've
circle.
been itty bitty, little bit by bit
Chipping away
at
yeah.
it. Yeah.
It's a circle of life trip, if you will. You know?
Yep. Yeah. So me, Danny, Eli, and maybe Rachel. I'm not sure if you'll be down there or not.
I don't think Rachel needs to go with us anymore because Rachel's got her own news.
Oh, she does have her own announcement. What do you got going on, Rachel?
Universal announced Epic Universe preview dates for travel agents, and our agency was contacted to be an agency that sends some travel agents on a preview. And so I don't know yet exactly which date I will be there, but hopefully that information will come through in the next week or so. But yeah, it looks like I'm going to be able to go down during the previews.
Oh, wow.
That's
very
exciting.
nice.
And I'm curious to know, because I know I've seen a lot of these influencers and stuff post, and they're all doing like VIP tours. They got invited for that kind of stuff. So,
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I was wondering
wish.
if they're going to do that for the travel agents. But I mean,
I don't think so.
Okay. Because that'd be kind of nice to get the normal person's perspective. The person that can't really afford a VIP tour.
That's true. I actually prefer that too. Yeah. I hate when we go down. Not that listen, invite me anytime you would like. However,
this is true. Yes.
The cruise lines will do like these travel agent cruises before they actually have regular passengers on before the first sailings. And it's never like the real experience, like the food is a little bit elevated and everything's included and it's a smaller capacity and, all of that. So you feel like you're talking about how great it is, but then you kind of wonder like, I wonder how much of this is because it's a travel professionals cruise and not but this, I feel like I'm going to have a very authentic experience just as a normal park guest. It will still be previews, but I've been noticing that they seem like they're letting a lot of people in. Like when I watch the videos, it seems like what I would expect a normal crowd would look like. So hopefully it'll be a good, authentic experience so I can get some touring ideas out to clients and to you all before you go.
This is true. Yeah. You're kind of going in front of us, kind of like a scout, so to say.
Yes.
To figure out everything and then help us on our trip, which, by the way, just as a disclaimer, we're not getting paid by Universal or Disney. We're paying our own way, our own hard-earned money.
Oh, yeah.
They offered to pay us, but we said no.
Nay.
We do not want your money.
We got integrity.
We don't want your stinking money.
Yeah. We will not be influenced.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We are proudly not influencers.
That's right.
We are nudgers. We nudge. We never influence.
Yeah. We're owning that.
Yes.
Magic Our Way 2025.
We did.
We are nudgers.
We nudge you.
Nudge. And maybe even a wink for those Monty Python fans.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
absolutely.
Totally before the nudge.
All right, so I know we've got some questions of planning. Now that we bought tickets, thank you to Rachel, we bought tickets. We got all that set up, and we bought tickets with the Express Pass. We get that all in one thing.
And Rachel was kind enough to do that for us for free.
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
Yeah,
feel bad.
They don't pay travel agents for a day at Epic Universe.
For single day,
Yeah.
not single day.
Yes.
We were bummed, so sorry about that.
But please still feel free to reach out always, because I help people even if it's non-commissionable, mostly because I enjoy it, but also because it's always nice to make a connection with somebody. And then, if you go back another time and you have a longer trip, like, I'm happy to help then too. So please feel free to reach out, even if it's a single day. I'm happy to book them. Rachel@magicourway.com.
See, why would you not want to book with her? I mean, listen to that.
She knows what she's doing. I mean,
And she enjoys it. That's the best thing.
Yes. And she's always free.
And she wants to help.
I am always free. It's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I am sometimes busy, but I am always no cost.
Exactly. She's often busy.
Yes.
It's a very full life, but she always
Two
makes
definitions
that.
of free.
She will
there
make
you go.
it work, though. She will multitask.
Absolutely.
So
yeah.
we probably won't be seeing her during our quick little jaunt
Probably
down
not.
because she
Probably not.
gets to go earlier. So
Yes.
she's going to give us all the info.
All the scoop. Yes.
Fair enough.
I do have a question though right now about Epic Universe.
Yeah, what you got?
Can we start here?
Yes, let's start here.
Is any dining open right now?
Oh my God. That's a good question.
Well,
Great.
so there's a ton of dining open. Like you can watch videos. There's a ton of restaurants that are serving right now in the previews. You cannot make any dining reservations yet for the regular dates. Nothing yet. Hopefully soon. I think they're still trying to get a sense of their capacity.
Oh, wow. So you got to tackle people in line to eat? That's the plan?
I think that's it. No, I don't know. Yeah, it's just walk up right now. Just walk up.
We'll be about 3 weeks out from when they open. So I'm wondering how soon to that opening date they'll have reservations available, if at all.
I've tried. Everything's grayed out.
Yeah, everything's still grayed out.
Dang.
So I'm sure Rachel would let us know.
I will as soon as I hear anything. And that's the kind of thing, like I'm on all these boards of travel agents and things, groups, chat groups. And so when that kind of thing opens, people go nuts. They're like, whoa, you can go right now. And then they make it seem like if you don't literally get onto that website in the next 30 seconds, you're never going to get a reservation. And it turns out that like, if you just take a breath and chill a little, usually it's fine. But
Well, I'm giving you
Yeah.
all the power in the world for our trip.
Yes.
If it opens up, and you're able to do just book. There's only
Just
2
book
full
it.
services
Wait,
we'll talk about. Just book
Yeah.
it, right?
Question.
Okay.
Okay. Gun
Just do.
ahead. We've got to pick one of these restaurants: Atlantic or the Blue Dragon, the Pan Asian restaurant.
Yes.
Which one, gun ahead, would you say? Okay, Rachel, if you can just get one, get us that one. I want to do both. I
want to do both too, but
yes, but if gun
we
ahead,
had to pick one. Yeah,
you had to pick one.
I'm doing the Blue Dragon.
I think I'm with you on this.
I looked at the stuff that they have in the Atlantic, which we'll get into, but the Atlantic looks really cool.
Yeah.
the whole idea
Looks,
of being
yes.
an aquarium,
It's
so to speak,
beautiful
looks
look,
freaking
yes.
all the big glass windows
Yeah.
overlooking the fountains, but the Blue Dragon menu
The cuisine at the Blue
Yes.
Dragon is what's going to put it up.
appeals.
'Cause
Yes,
I feel like if I eat at Atlantic, the bar is going to be Narcoossee's.
Mhm.
And it's going to be hard to surpass that. And I feel like I'm going to have some version of that. I could find that also.
Yeah.
Blue Dragon, I don't know if there's a really great
equivalent to
equivalent
it.
in Disney
Yeah.
to that.
I would agree with
Yeah.
that.
Where they serve a little bit of Chinese, Japanese, Thai, all that.
Yeah,
Fusion,
and that's the
fusion.
thing. Well, that's the thing with Pan Asian. It's not fusion. It's these foods next to each other. So they're
Okay.
not combining the ingredients, so to speak. But you're going to have maybe like some kind of maybe just for an example, like a Filipino thing next to a ramen thing that
Mhm.
they just happen to complement each other.
Oh.
Ramen being like a Japanese, so it's more like these are food pairings that go together.
Okay.
Not necessarily like a fusion thing like people would do.
Like putting
Like in
hash
New York.
tape. Okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah, like putting bonito flakes on like a burrito.
What? What?
No, let's not do that.
Yeah, let's not do that. No,
Yeah, I don't want no Buzz Buddy flakes on nothing.
But honestly, you know what made me that decision is like when I opened the website, I saw the first picture that popped up was a tonkatsu ramen, and I'm just like, I want that now.
Drool everywhere.
Yes, everywhere.
Okay.
Rachel, what would you pick?
Yeah, I would pick the Blue Dragon as well.
E?
Same.
Yeah, I think that the menu is just more what I typically get really excited for.
Yeah, I was gonna say I just don't know what anything is. Like I can't visualize what it is, so that's the curiosity.
Well,
for
fortunately,
me.
we're about ready to do a show where we spotlight some of these.
Yes.
menus,
Well, that's
these
true. I
choices.
can't wait to get to that.
We'll
part.
get to that at
Yeah.
some point. I just was kind of curious.
Next week.
Yeah,
Yes.
Next week, absolutely.
and it's got a cooler name too. To be
The Blue
fair.
Dragon,
Yeah, it does.
the Blue Dragon Pan Asian restaurant. It's a
Yeah.
long name.
All right, so you've picked your table service for the day.
Mm-hmm.
But now, like, I think one thing that people need to realize as they're going to Epic Universe, especially in this first, season of the park, that you're just not going to be able to see it all. You're not going to be able to do it all. And so you're going to have to think about that. Like the thing I tell people all the time that are first time theme park goers, make a list of like your top 5 to 7 things that you want to do that you're going to feel like, okay, if I saw these 5 to 7 things, like I'm going to be happy with my day. So I thought what we might do is I figure like you're going to Epic Universe for the first time. You're going to want to at least see and step foot in every one of the lands.
Sure.
Absolutely.
That's fair.
And so I thought we might go through the park and just talk about like your top thing that you have to hit in each land.
In each land.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So you're already thinking like, okay, you're going to get dinner at Blue Dragon, but like, what else are we doing for the day? What are you doing before that? So, you from start to finish, each land, what are the top things you got to do?
All right. So since
right.
we're in Celestial Park, should we start there?
Okay.
Yeah. And I think like that's, that's kind of the first land you're going to be in anyway, as you walk through and whatever. So I think that's a good place to start.
Okay.
All right, let's do that.
All right. So let's see. In Celestial Park, what do we have going on here? We got, of course.
Now, is this just attractions or is this anything?
I think it's all things.
All things.
All things. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair
Then
enough.
Blue Dragon.
Blue Dragon.
That's what I'm going with first.
That's your top thing in Celestial Park?
That is my top thing in Celestial Park.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
I think for me, it'll be Stardust Racers. I mean, okay, so here we go. So like attraction-wise, there's not much in Celestial Park. It's Stardust Racers, Constellation Carousel, and the Astronomica, which is that little kid area.
Mhm.
And we kind of mentioned about this earlier. The Astronomica is just right outside the carousel. Those are the 3 things. And we have the 2 restaurants that we talked about, the Atlantic and the Blue Dragon.
Mhm.
And plus there's also shopping. There's going to be shopping stores. But I mean, we could go over the shopping things, but it's going to have stuff that we're going to walk into and we're going to look at it. And chances are I'm going to walk over with a pen, maybe an ornament. I don't know.
You still could do the pin collecting for Epic like you.
Well, everybody's got pins now. So you could, I don't know if it's a Disney pin, but I usually just collect the pin just so like,
all right.
I used to do shot glasses, but it takes up too much room. But yeah, I got it for like attraction wise. I want to do the Stardust Racers, the whole, I want to experience the racing coaster. I want to see the flex capacitor on the back of each of the trains. That's a little homage to Back to the Future. If you hadn't seen those pictures, it's pretty cool.
Mhm.
But I want to do it at night. So I can wait to actually do this because, if you remember, they wanted Stardust Racers to look like comets shooting through the night.
Sure.
And so I kind of want to, kind of like Space Mountain, I kind of want to experience it when it's dark.
Okay.
And have all the lighting going and just all the stuff.
Can I give a touring tip then?
Yes.
A touring tip I would recommend if you really want to see it at night, I would hold out until like sort of the very end of the night and make that the last thing you do. And you're just like willing to wait in line as long as it's going to take. And so, if the park closes at 8, you're getting in line around, 7:45.
Okay. So,
and then you're just waiting it out. And then once you get off that, you're headed out the park.
All right. So we have the Express Pass. So this isn't included, right? In the Express Pass. Is that right?
Actually, this one is included.
Oh, my bad.
Express Pass. So, I mean, you could even cut it a little closer then probably.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that makes it easier, right? I guess for our plans.
Yeah, definitely.
Because we can just hop on and stuff. Okay. So sounds good. I like it.
I really like. I think I'd if I had to rank this, I'd say my preferences for Celestial Park would be the Blue Dragon Pan Asian restaurant, then the Atlantic restaurant, then seeing the fountain show out in front of the Helios.
Oh yeah.
Then Stardust Racers.
I was gonna say, yeah.
I know. And I may have missed it. Does the fountain show have a name yet?
Bellagio.
Fountain de Epic.
Fountain de Bellagio.
I don't think so. I don't think we know about it yet. I think that one's still a mystery, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I would probably just do a lot of walking around, maybe like you say, whatever's available to eat and snack on the people watch in this one. I mean, it's nothing against that part of the park, but
yeah, that area to me is like my world showcase. Like I'm not there for the attractions. I'm there for
the ambiance, see
the
what it looks
food,
like. Get caught up in the new epicness,
the
if
newness.
you will. Yeah, the newness, the freshness.
Mhm.
I would be doing a lot of that.
And the awesome thing about Celestial Park is that's where most when you talk about it on the restaurant show, there's that's where they have most of the food. They have a lot of the two full service with a bunch of quick service. There's a bunch of bars. Yeah.
I was just going to say that as I was scrolling through the list of things in this land, like the food is overwhelming. There's so much food. So anyway, I guess what I'm saying is everybody just kind of like, hang on. Next week, we're going to be going through the food. But this particular land has, I mean, we could at least just list them off. We don't have to go into it, but it has the Atlantic.
Mm-hmm.
It has the Blue Dragon, which we've talked about a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
The Oak and Star Tavern,
Mm-hmm.
which sounds really cool. And I saw the bar list for that, and that looks pretty cool. The Pizza Moon, the Meteor Astro Pub,
Mm-hmm.
which is a quick service with pub food and drinks. The Plastered Owl Bar, which sounds like, I just love the name of that bar. The Plastered Owl Bar.
That's going to be me.
Yeah.
That has some pretty cool drinks at it as well. There is Star Sui Bao.
Mm-hmm.
Star Stew Bao.
That
Maybe
looks
I'm saying
cool.
that wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like a bao place. And then Frosty Moon, which this is the one that I'm the least interested in. It's got like ice cream and like some cookies. I don't know.
For the kids, right?
Yeah, I'm a pass on that, but whatever. Comet Dogs, which is like crazy hot dogs.
Ooh. Corn dogs too, yeah.
God damn.
Yep.
that could
And
be
then this
interesting.
next one I'm excited about, Celestiki.
Yes.
A trendy tiki bar in the cosmos.
I will.
Yeah.
I mean, I can
And
camp
then-
out there all day.
Bar Zenith, which is another
Yes.
bar with views of the fountain show.
I like, see, okay, so that's all. This is simple then. I mean,
You want all
stuff
the. You want all the stuff.
I'm just going there to eat and drink. And then towards the end,
I'll go ride while y'all. I'll go ride while y'all eat and drink.
We'll see this, but we'll watch you ride at night right before
You
the
can
show.
take pictures.
Because at
Pictures.
that point, I'm like, I'm going to hurl on somebody. After all
You got to be the plastered owl,
Yes,
Plastered
the
Owl.
not owl.
Yeah.
I'll be the sitting in the chair.
I'll be like Eli. You'd be like, ooh, 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 ooh.
Yeah, no, this is going to be their version of drinking around the world. It'll be
That's what I'm thinking.
Drinking around Celestial Park.
Yeah, cocktails across the celestial, something like that. It'll be something like
cocktail to the
Cocktails
Celestials.
all
Yeah.
across the Celestials.
That's what it screams to me, though, the way she's describing it and Rachel's describing it. It makes sense. Stop somewhere, get a drink, try something new, try a quick little meal, keep on walking. Chill out.
That's interesting that you said World Showcase. Eventually they're going to have that nighttime show. So I can't. If you think about Epcot's nighttime show, they have all those countries with all those restaurants and all those bars. Similar setup.
Mhm.
This is the land, and you know, when we do the restaurant show, you'll notice the rest of the lands don't have as much food, but Celestial Park has all the food, all the bars, all the stuff in that little strip, so that you have something to prepare yourself as you're staging for the night spectacular they're eventually going to do over the Helios.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, you want to see stars, keep drinking. There you go.
and moons and
And
comets and
moons
all
and
this
all that
stuff.
makes
Yeah.
sense.
All right, so we made our picks. We all made our picks for Celestial Park.
Mhm.
Yeah, what
Yeah,
we do-
I mean, it's
Main
the roller
spot.
coaster for me, for sure. But then also all of the food and bev.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny
That's
though.
a nighttime place for me. I feel like at night, we're going to go back there and just like really chill.
No, I agree because like even the carousel. You know, at first when I saw the carousel, I was like, meh. But then as I got in, as I saw more pictures of the carousel from different vantage points, it's like this actually looks pretty wicked at night. If I was nice and toasty, this would be a rad ass ride. You know?
Yeah, it does look cool.
Yeah.
It's a cool carousel.
I'd be just like, oh yeah,
I'm going around. The horse is talking
I see
to
the
me.
constellations.
I
There's
see
the Big Dipper
Big Dipper.
and the Little Dipper.
all the side.
I identify with Little Dipper.
There you go. You dip, Mr. Aries.
So yeah, this is a good park to be, good land to be drunk in. I guess I don't know.
Yeah,
Sounds
no,
like a great
Could be
park
fun.
to be drunk
It
in.
could be awesome.
that's what I want out of it.
Yeah, I agree.
I might even go in the Helios and just check out their bar as well.
Oh, dude, that bar up top,
Yes.
looks amazing.
Well, that probably is exclusive to resort guests, but I mean, they got to have a lobby bar or something like that. They can get to.
a pool bar.
We've talked our way into different places before. But like, excuse me, I just wanted to see what this looked like. I had Gerald Ford was going to invest in this.
All right, so what's the next land we're going to here?
All right. So the next land after that, I mean, you can go to it. What's kind of cool is I feel like there's not necessarily like a flow to Epic Universe. Like you can kind of go where you want to, when you want to, like what you're most interested in. Anyway, but let's go out to the Ministry of Magic.
Okay.
Well, there's only one attraction, so that makes it easy.
Boom.
Well, no, that's not true. There is the Ministry of Magic ride, but
Yay.
then we also can go out to the La Cirque
Arcanu. Yeah.
Arcanu.
Yep.
Akanu.
That show is another thing you can do there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm really interested in the wands.
Oh, okay. So you want to do all the wand stuff?
Have you heard about the wands?
Wait, what do you mean? Like,
I
they're
wanna
like
do the
second
wand
gen
stuff. Have
wands?
you guys kind of heard about them?
I've been seeing pictures of like the different wand
Yes.
stuff where it's been revealing like there's like a magical creature that's hidden and then it pops up, kind of like a Pepper's Ghost effect, which is kind of
Yeah. Well, and it also like, I feel like they kind of addressed my biggest complaint with the wands is that you're like waving it around and you're like, did it work? Did it do it? Did I do it? What am I waiting for? Like, you don't really know.
Mm-hmm.
So then the new wands are going to be more interactive and kind of solve that problem of like, did the spell work? Because they're going to have haptics.
Oh, so you could feel it in your hands.
So you can kind of feel it. Yeah. A bunch of new places in the land where you can use the wands, but then you also have that third element where it's the feeling in it as well.
Oh,
Okay.
Avada Kedavra. Oh, that's what that feels
Yeah.
like.
So I'm going to be buying new wands for sure for my children, which I'm not super pumped about because I'm sure they're also going to want the like bands.
The power up
and
band, yeah.
The power up band. Yeah. So that's going to be expensive. But yeah, I'm excited to try out the new wand stuff and to see the new wand store and get them. They look really pretty.
So that'd be your primary thing to see in Wizarding World.
I mean, yeah, but I also really want to go on that Ministry of Magic ride.
I was
That looks
gonna say.
incredible. Have you guys seen, like, I'm interested in like what you heard or have seen about the Ministry of the Magic ride.
I have seen the interior. I've seen them going into the Flu Network, and that looks amazing.
It looks really good.
Dude, that's
Yeah.
the thing. It's like the whole queue area. If I just saw that, I'll be happy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The ride itself would be like kind of icing. But I mean, when you walk into that hall with the statue and you see all the offices and what they say is like, mail envelopes flying around. I want to see that grand space once you emerge out of the Flu Network.
I've heard people who visited say that about it. Like the queue is the best part.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I'm
looking forward
the
to
queue is
that.
better than the actual ride itself. Being able to walk through, seeing the Ministry of Magic, all the different offices, traveling through the Flu Network, all that is better than actually riding the ride.
Dang.
I've heard the ride is incredible too, though.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
no,
I
I'm
mean
definitely-
that's great because that would just be icing on the queue because I gotta walk out of the Flu Network and see the entire ministry just like. That'd be just freaking. I might be in tears. I don't know. I'm just like,
Yeah.
this is freaking awesome. They built it.
Don't cry,
They
Kevin.
did it.
Oh man.
I will say I have done a little bit of research on this. If anybody remembers from our early Epic Universe episodes that we did,
Mm-hmm.
my big concern in this land was the 1920s Paris, and then the attraction is 1990s London.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like my fears are confirmed that they didn't really address it.
No.
Well, why would they? Huh?
Yeah. So I watched a couple videos on it. When you walk into the portal from like Celestial Park, right? So you're like walking into the land for the first time.
Right.
There is a time turner that is on the portal. So they're trying to address the 1920s thing in Paris with the time turner on the portal,
Yeah. Look, it's weak, but
Yeah.
It's very weak.
would you rather go to the Ministry of Magic or would you rather
I
do
know.
a little adventure with Newt Scamander?
Scamander.
His name is.
Yeah, I totally agree. But I'm just, it's weak. And then I guess there are also, I'm going to be looking for this, if I go, but I guess there are also time turners as you walk into the Ministry of Magic attraction. So they're turning the time back so that you can get into the 1990s.
So now, Rachel, to support your point, I looked at the Harry Potter wiki, and apparently time turners have a limit of 5 hours back in time.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. That doesn't surprise me though, because the way it's used in the books and the way it's used in the movies originally is only to jump like half a day, like you're saying.
Yep.
It was not that long.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm a little disappointed in the way that they handled that particular part of the story. But I do understand, like Danny said, like what are they going to do?
Yeah.
They want to have this 1920s Paris land to go with the Newt Scamander movies, and they probably saw Disney do the Galaxy's Edge like based on nothing, and that was kind of a fail.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure Universal is sitting there like, okay, well, we can't just have it be a generic place because people don't want that. They didn't want it at Disney. They're not going to want it at Universal. And so how do we do something that people have seen and they know and they feel like they're inside the movie, but then also give them this Ministry of Magic ride that we think is an amazing concept. And so I get why it happened. It just is a little bit of a bummer.
Well,
It is.
Here's the thing, Rachel. I looked at the language again. And apparently, according to the Harry Potter fan universe,
You're really on this, huh?
the limitation is in place only to prevent potential paradoxes and to ensure the safety of both the time traveler and the fabric of time.
Oh, so we're just rule breakers.
Yeah, Universal is just saying, screw it. Forget this limitation. We're just going to do it.
We're just doing it.
They broke it.
taking precautions to make sure there's no paradoxes.
Well, that's what
Well-
they did. But apparently Universal's like, nope.
That's
We're not doing that.
That's
Okay.
the new
We're,
magic
not,
power.
we're erasing the limitation and we're taking you back years.
Oh, well, that's called the Ministry of Money.
Decades.
That's right. Decades even. Yes.
Decades.
Wow.
This
Just break
is
that.
this is bigger than Alien Encounter.
You did not see that wiki, Kevin. Decades.
But
we
anyway,
see.
yeah, just for any hard Harry Potter fans, which I know we have some out there
Fair.
in the Mohican universe. But I just for note, I addressed it.
But
There
if
you go.
you're a
That's
hardcore Harry Potter fan, you got to admit, this is doing your property right.
the fact that it exists, yeah,
Yes.
in 3 different parks, yes.
Yes. And look, I've seen a couple of movies. I know my kid's screaming at me right now because she's like, I tell you to watch all of them. But the ones that I've gone on and written, like without knowing who's who and what's what completely, I'm still immersed in that. I'm like, I want to get all that again. It's just an amazing experience.
Mhm.
So they do
Yeah.
they do it better than Avengers Campus. Tell you that.
This is true, yeah.
Our little guy, like we just started reading the Harry Potter books with him like a month ago. He's already on book 2. He's loving it. So we're really excited. We're like, even if we don't get into Epic Universe when we go, like it'll just be so much fun to bring him to the Harry Potter lands that already exist.
Yeah.
Because he's a new fan. So
That'd be
anyway,
great.
so we're looking forward to that.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be great.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
So the ride for me is number 1 in this.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
Everybody's the same.
Same.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I want to see Ministry of
I mean, I
Magic
could
above
skip the
all
circus
else.
and I'll be fine. I could watch that
Don't
for another
care.
time. It's all
Yeah.
good. And stuff.
Agreed.
And I'll just watch Rachel do the ones whenever we
Yeah.
all travel
Yes.
together.
Yeah, I watch other people do it. Like,
Because we could do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So where are we going next?
Well, and sorry, just like another tip, I guess.
Yeah.
The wands are really expensive and there's not a lot that you can do with them when you get home. And so, first of all, there are rental companies that will rent you a wand while you're there.
No,
If you
stop
want.
it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yes, you can rent a wand.
Why didn't we think of this?
But if you know somebody who's going that can send you one, you can do that too.
Rachel, can we borrow your wands?
I know. Well, that's what I say. I could mail it to you.
We'll totally mail it back.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's something to consider if you know somebody who's been borrowing their wand if you don't really want to keep one. Like my daughter's a huge Harry Potter fan. She'll want to keep her wand. That's why it's worth buying for us. But if you're not one of those people, then totally borrow one.
Dude, it'd be really awesome if they had like Fred Sanford's wizarding use wands.
Yes.
What you want, a Wi-Fi? It's made of aluminum foil.
We could
You
literally.
just come to my place, I'll hook you up with a wand. It's still got about a good 20 years.
It's only got 10 miles on
Yeah,
it.
that work. And then like he hits this thing, he's like, just got to blow on it like a Nintendo cartridge. That's all you need to do.
Dude, we could totally start a Mohican pool of wands for fans that are going to the parks. Hey, we'll send you the wands.
That's
Yeah.
fair. Top price.
We could all
gets a key
trade
case.
wands and then just, do the stuff.
Wand trading.
I did not.
Hey, maybe
know
even
that was a
power
thing.
bands. I was just thinking about that. I was like, do I need a power band for Nintendo World?
Dang.
Dang. I don't know. Like, Mohicans, think about that.
I don't know.
If y'all want to start out, support
More than 3 in a wand is bad luck.
it. Hey.
Wanda.
Oh, Wanda's use wands.
Yeah.
Wanda's
That's
use
even better than
wands.
Fred Sanford's.
Oh man.
Wandas.
Oh my goodness.
All right. So now we're headed out and we're headed into the Super Nintendo world.
All right. Super Nintendo World.
This is the land I'm least looking forward to.
See,
Okay.
Curious.
I'm curious only because I like Nintendo, but I like to see it because
I
I've been
like
seeing so many.
Nintendo, but I don't know. Like, I don't really feel like there's a whole lot I need to do here.
You don't want to just view this just to kind of see how it. Yeah.
I was just watching some videos really casually with my children this morning, and they know that they may not get to go. We've talked about, for those that are listening, Universal announced this week that if you are an on-site guest in April or the beginning of May, starting April 17th, you will have the opportunity to purchase a preview ticket. So my family, if we go down in that last week of April, even if I'm not able to get a travel agent preview, we may try to buy tickets because we are staying on site. And so we're trying to prepare the kids because it's not guaranteed. They're saying it's a first come, first serve. But we watched some videos and they actually can't decide. Like the only land they're not interested in, Danny, is the Monsters land.
Oh my goodness. Where did you fail as a parent, Rachel?
I know. Well, I'm just saying. But like, I feel like this is the genius of Epic Universe, though, because they've got all their bases covered. Like,
they do.
Because like you're not that interested in Super Nintendo, but that's the only, like my son could spend the whole day there. My daughter's so pumped about Harry Potter. And then she was like, wait a minute, Isle of Berg. Is there a whole How to Train Your Dragon area? I was like, yeah. Goes, oh my gosh. She's like, they like blew her mind.
That's me.
So, anyway.
Yeah. No, I'm with it. That's the one I want to see.
Really?
Sure. How to Train Your Dragon. Oh, wow. Yeah. That's a world.
I raised my daughter right. You know what she wants to see? Dark Universe.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
There you go. All right. Well, but we're in Super Nintendo world right now. So, Danny, you're saying you're not super jazzed.
I'm not super. I could skip just about all of this, but like, gun ahead. If you like, okay, well, which one would you like to experience? I would have to say the Donkey Kong coaster.
Oh, see, I would agree with you there.
Yeah.
My only gripe with the Donkey Kong coaster, because if you remember when we did the show, it's a boom coaster. And so there is an actual track that's underneath the fake track that makes it look like you're jumping tracks and stuff, just like the video game.
Sure.
But my only gripe with that attraction is I'm wondering if you even see it from the ride car, because all the footage, it looks like you can see the boom, and it's like, well, that kind of takes away the magic. They could have done a little bit better of a job of hiding it, at least in some way, fashion, or form or something, or make it not like seen. But I that's the only ride I think I really want to see. My Mario Kart, whatever. It doesn't matter. But
I was never a big fan of racing games to begin with.
I was going to say, I'm kind of curious about the Mario Kart one because I played Mario Kart a lot in college.
I like Mario Kart too. Yeah, I'm the same. But that's the only reason why.
Yes.
I mean, I like the video game, but I mean, I don't know.
But like, I'm curious just of the fact that they've made a Nintendo land. But I haven't played Nintendo in a long time. I mean, personally, I played like, Metroid, Castlevania, stuff that.
Now, Castlevania, I could get behind that.
I like Castlevania and Metroid, yeah.
Even Legend of Zelda. I could do Legend of Zelda for sure, but do I really want to ride in a cart and shoot turtle shells at people? And like,
Well, I like to see how I guess that's my point. It's like, I'm curious to see how that looks as a first time nuance. Okay. Now, what happens the third or fourth or fifth time I go, it could change.
I can't imagine there's too many Super Mario inspired bars in the area.
No, you get his mushrooms.
Well, look, as far as restaurants go, there's like hardly any restaurant. There's like no restaurants.
No, nothing
bars.
to eat out there.
No, there's no bars in Super Nintendo. There's no alcohol.
Of course not.
I mean, granted, there's 3 things that are unknown at the moment, but I had to guess.
Yeah,
probably not.
They are missing out. I mean, the flaming Dr. Pepper, perfect. Maybe you shoot the fireballs and stuff.
Oh, the front plant?
There is the bubbly barrel.
Which has potential, yeah.
The bubbly barrel? What's the bubbly barrel?
It says, enjoy a cool tropical drink beneath a thatched roof of the bubbly barrel. Here in the heart of Donkey Kong Country, you'll find the perfect refreshment for your adventure in the jungle.
See, I have, out of all the things that are unknown that we have on our list, that's the one thing I hope I get a good Donkey Kong like tropical drink.
That sounds like
a Donkey Kong level alcohol.
Ain't probably no alcohol in that.
I'm hoping
it might be. And after that, you'll be seeing a monkey. You'll see mushrooms.
Come on, Prince of Peach.
Yoshi's coming up to me like, "Hey, like, holy crap, what's in that drink?
Why is this mushroom talking to me?
Oh man, I want him talking to me again, dude."
Well, if you guys are less interested, I'll tell you what my priorities are in here.
Go for it.
I'll be upset if I don't ride the Donkey Kong ride and the Mario Kart ride.
You got to do both.
I got to do both. I can't pick. I got to do both.
All right.
Although I was more excited about the Donkey Kong ride until I saw some of the ride-throughs, and I agree with Kevin. You can kind of see the track on the side. Just a little bit of a bummer. Mm-hmm. I'm wondering if you sit in I actually think the front row would be the worst. I think it might be better if you were back more.
So you don't see it? So the vantage point?
Yeah. Because the video I saw, the person was in the front row, and I thought, well, maybe if they weren't in the front row, it would be harder to see the track to the side.
But as far as show, that's like half the people that ride that have a bad show because of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I still want to try it, but it did not look as thrilling as I expected, and I was surprised that I could see the side tracks.
That was too. Disney would have done that better.
Yeah, but
hiding the track.
it's hard to gauge thrills from a video.
It's
It is
true.
hard. That's true. That's true.
Watch a Cosmic Rewind video. It looks boring as hell.
You can't see nothing.
You can't see anything. It's hard to, you can't gauge it. But if you ride it, it's intense.
That's
It's a
right.
thrill.
I also know for sure we are going to have to get the power-up bands and do the interactive challenges with my kids. And I know that my patience for that is going to run out in about 15 minutes. But we're going to spend at least an hour, probably, I would guess, doing the interactive stuff.
That's that weird challenge one, right?
Well, there's all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
I think that was curious about that one.
There was some weird one when you go over there and like you have to push a button or something like that. I don't know if it's part of this challenge. And all of a sudden, Toad shows up shooting you the bird.
Yeah. Yeah. I did see
He
that
got
today.
that many. He's got
I did
that many
see that.
fingers?
Yeah. Like,
I did see that.
I want to see that.
You got-
Yeah.
that's
That
when you-
moved up to number one now.
That's when you. That,
I want Toad to flip me off.
they must have had the tropical
Yeah.
drink when that happened.
so nice. He's so sweet.
Yeah.
What color Toad's gonna flip me off? I don't know. Is the
But
red
he
one
was
the blue?
red.
okay, I remember you.
Perfect.
I remember you laying that out when we talked about what was coming in the very beginning of this.
A year ago, yeah.
A year ago. And
Yeah.
I remember seeing the video and stuff. So I was like, oh, yeah, the interactive. I forgot about that. That might be something to kind of dip in and dip out of.
so you need the band to see Toad flipping you off, or
Oh, yeah, good question.
I think you need the band. Yeah.
Like, can
Oh,
we
You
wow.
have to like hit the band.
can we get one band and like we
share
each
it?
don't all have to get a band. We could just one of us
right.
get
You
a
could just
band
get
and just
one and
we can watch the dude do the thing and see what happens.
That's fair because that's a lot of money to pay for a character flip you off.
Do you know how much the bands are, if I may ask?
that's that. How long do you think that's going to last before some parent just says, "Excuse me, you know, like my kid paid for this, and his favorite cartoon character flipped him off."
That's a good point. But
Is that Super Mario World or Stone Cold Steve Austin land? What is
Stone Cold Steve Toad's on you?
The Mario Land rattlesnake.
to answer your question,
Oh yeah. So then my question being like, how much is the power band?
yeah, the internet tells me that it is $42 plus
I
tax.
knew it was 40, but we should have did prices right on that.
Oh man,
I knew it was 40.
yeah, that's a good
42
idea.
plus
So if we go,
tax.
we did one. If we bought one, and we just see I just want to bang a coin box just because I played that game so much.
That's fair though.
I want to go ding.
Yeah, I'll do it if y'all want to. I'll chip in with y'all, but I can give a rat's ass.
Yeah, but
It is
again,
fun to like see it happen.
yeah, I was gonna say that's the new one.
I'd rather do the one than the friggin'
Well, you do one, and I'll do a power band. How about that?
Kevin, you got the better end of that deal. the
Do I
ones
really?
Yeah.
are more than $42. Yeah.
How much of the
Oh.
one? Well, okay, wait, hold on. No. Let's do prices right. All right, Eli, go.
One is $24.
24.
No, she just said it was gonna be. I'll go with. I'll go with $49.99.
You say it's more than the other thing?
Yeah, she said
it was
it's-
more.
Yeah,
Oh,
she said
she-
I had the deal.
She caught it. I didn't catch that.
You want to
fast
try it
enough.
again instead of $24?
Yes, I
Mr.
sure
Prostate?
would. Thank you. Checking it.
Yeah, we're starting at $43 here, folks.
Yes.
dang. So
Danny's yours was what? What was yours?
I said $49.99.
$49.99 was yours.
That's I gotta go up. I'd say $50.99. $50.99.
I'll say-
$50.99. Wait, no. Then he got to stay where he was before.
No, because I didn't hear
He's
what she
undercutting
said.
me by $1.
What you want?
Oh, he's
What you
doing
got,
a price.
Kevin?
I'm saying $89.99.
$89.99 for a wine. Good Lord.
That's exactly how I'd react if I hear the price these ones.
That is probably very close. It's 85 plus tax.
Oh!
89 is
Oh.
probably really, really close.
Oh, you can talk to DeWanda Sykes before you get me to pay $90 for a wine.
You know,
Sorry.
Hitachi's got a thing called the magic wand that does a lot more things.
God, dog. $89.
80. It's 85 plus tax.
85 plus tax.
The ones that they had
Wow.
before
Yeah.
that were just like the
Passive ones.
the first generation of them or whatever.
Yeah.
They were 65 plus tax.
Damn.
Oh.
Damn.
Universal got me for 2 of those.
I'm buying a power band.
You love your kids. God bless you. Cause
I'll do $42.
they be like, Daddy, what about this? Look, you got to mow a lot of lawns. I don't know what to tell you.
I ain't
Like,
buying none
Y'all
of this
ain't
crap.
getting
We
none
went
of
to
this.
the wand shop and the kids picked him out. And I remember Josh looked at me and he was like, "Do you want one? You're a big Harry Potter fan." And I was like, "Are you kidding me? No, I do not want
Do
a
not.
third one of those things. No."
Shit.
Like-
All right.
Like those kids are going to let me try it. That's what I know. know.
Unless it's like a Swiss Army wand where you get a
Swiss Army.
Yeah, you can open a bottle of wine.
Yeah, no, I just had the kids.
There's
let
a
me try
Phillips
theirs.
screwdriver in there.
Yeah. You like
All right, Juan, release that castle nut on my lower ball joint in my car.
no kidding. I want to make people disappear for $89 for a wine or something.
So Mohicans, if you want to start the Mohican wand sharing service,
Wand and power up bands.
yes, wand and parabat and sharing service, we'd love to do that.
All right. So,
that
moving on.
was,
Yeah.
Let's
so that
move
was
on,
Nintendo
yeah.
World. Yeah, what we got?
So now we're headed to the Isle of Burke.
Yes,
How to Train Your Dragon.
I want to see
Let's
that.
talk about it. What are your priorities in this land?
I am not doing fire drill just because I don't want to get soaked. Right?
Fire drill. That is my
you were
priority.
going for that.
I want
you
fire
for sure
drill.
We're doing fire
But
drill.
you know what's cool?
Fire drill.
If we do fire drill, they apparently they have killer ass dryers. The full body dryers you can step in and it dries you. And I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah, they have those outside Jurassic Park as well.
do they really?
Yeah.
I've never
Yeah.
tried them, so I'll be
You
curious
put
to
like
see
a
how
coin
effective
in there
it
and
is.
then you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
See, Kilimanjaro Safaris could learn something from this because I don't.
You mean
think they-
Kali River Rapids?
Kali River
Oh
Rapids?
my
Yeah,
God.
Kali River Rapids could learn something because I don't think they have a dryer. But
No.
yeah, I would
No,
do
you-
it just because they have the potential dryers. But I want to do that roller coaster for sure. The wing gliders.
Okay.
Yes.
That sounds
Yeah.
cool.
That's mine.
Yeah.
That's my priority too. It looks to me like Slinky Dog, but better.
Yeah, I would just tag along for the ride on this.
Yeah.
one. Only because How to Train Your Dragon that happened past me, so I'm not really.
I watched it and I really enjoyed it. But I know
Yeah.
I'm not riding the
What?
rally, the racers rally. Where,
I could
where you're
give a damn
spinning
less,
and
yeah.
flipping. I know. I
Spin
can
and
wait.
flip it and what? No.
No,
Rub it
I'm not
down.
riding that. That's the one that's not on our express pass.
Flip it and rub it down.
Oh
That's right.
no.
Oh no!
Right.
Oh,
That costs as much as a wine.
I am also interested in that show.
I want to see the show
Untrainable Dragon.
too. Yeah,
And they have the animatronic that's supposed to fly over the show.
yeah. I want to
Okay,
see that
okay.
too. I remember describing that when we did it last year, and it just sounds awesome to have the characters fly over.
They
here.
got drinks there while you can watch these characters fly because that's effective.
Well, the other park, other than the
agree?
Celestial, they do have bars and stuff, and they
Tons
have
of
meat
bars,
platters and everything else. Because they're dragon people.
Vikings. They're Vikings.
They're Vikings.
I'm with
They
that.
eat. And
The
they
Mead
drink.
Hall, though, I would like to check out Mead Hall.
Yeah, yeah.
Like-
They look
Yeah.
cool. They have the Thawfest platter that has all the meat. I
Okay.
was telling you about that.
Well,
I was game on.
Then I'm doing this one like Celestial Park. Then I'm hitting the.
That's
Meads
my
and
thing.
food
I'm
there.
thinking I'm going to do maybe 50% of my time in Dark Universe, about a good 30% of my time in Celestial Park. Well, maybe 20%, I guess. Maybe 20%.
Okay.
Then about 15 in Harry Potter. And then what's left? What, 5?
You got
Five.
Nintendo.
I got 5.
Nintendo.
Split the 5 between Nintendo and Isle of Burke.
Then you got to get that time paradox thing, so that way
Yeah.
you get 5 hours in
Yeah,
between.
Oh, if we had a time period, we could see the entire park.
There you go.
Great.
I don't know how I'm
Make
going
that
to
work.
prioritize.
Oh,
See, that's
my
the
goodness.
thing. For me, it's Dark Universe and How to Train Your Dragon. Those are the two main places I want to see.
Oh, see, to me, it's
Time.
Dark Universe
Yeah.
and it's Celestial
Yeah,
Park.
and then the other one and Celestial, of course. But that's
Yeah.
like a main hub for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the other three, I'm just like,
Well, yeah, okay. So gun to head, then yes, I would go to Isle of Burke. No, I'd take that back. I would go to Harry Potter #2.
I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and for me, it's just because having watched the movies and I bought into the movies, it's just seeing that when you walk in through the portal and you see that big landscape of
Yeah.
the water with the statues and the Isle of Burke and all that stuff. I mean, it looks amazing from the video. So I'm hoping in when I see it with my eyes, it looks awesome.
And that's
Speaking
gonna be
of
the
which,
thing.
Yes.
what do y'all think about the portals?
Oh,
Oh,
just
they look
walking in.
cool.
The Dark Universe portal looks awesome because
Yes.
it has a lightning.
I've not seen any images of it at night though.
Yeah,
Have
I
y'all?
mean, I bet it has to be better because it enhances the lightning effects you have through that.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Nintendo one's okay, but I mean, it's like because it's supposed to sound like you're going through like a a pipe,
Right.
but you got the escalator
yeah,
that goes up, that kind of
escalator,
thing,
yeah,
which
that
is
was
okay.
cool.
Not sure about the Isle of Burke one. That's maybe not as impressive.
Right.
What's the other lands? Oh, Ministry of Magic. I think the Flu Network is better than the portal itself.
100%.
Yeah,
You know.
that's true.
When you walk in and you can already see the other side, I don't like that aspect of it. I feel like you should have at least something should have. It shouldn't be like you can walk in, you can already see where you're going before you even enter the portal.
Like
That's-
something like
yeah.
a funky curtain,
Like something
kinda
like
thing.
yeah,
Not
like
curtain,
a
but-
better reveal. Maybe the it curves slightly or something like that, so it's a better reveal.
Yeah, the angle doesn't.
Yeah.
That's I guess that's the one thing that Disney's got. They do that a lot.
Yeah, or
You
some
know?
lighting effect that just kind of showers through it.
Yeah.
Like you can't see it because it's obscured on the other side.
Like if you
That
think of
makes
Animal
sense.
Kingdom, you walk through the oasis, but then when you get out the oasis, you go up a hill, and then you see the reveal of the Tree of Life.
Right.
Whereas, to Danny's point, I think if they angled the portals a little bit better and made the reveal stronger,
Mm-hmm.
it might be kind of cool. Although, if you think of it as a time portal, sometimes in some movies you can see the other side. But it'd be nice if they kind of hit it a little bit.
Yeah, if you drop down a little bit
Yeah.
and then you came up and you're like, oh, there it is.
Yeah,
Just
that's fair.
across through.
yeah, like a curtain. Yeah,
Because I'm not even looking at the lights and everything in the lightning around me. I'm looking straight ahead.
now I guess that's the advantage of the Nintendo portals, because the minute you go through the portal, you hear the sound, but you're going straight up an escalator,
Yeah, so you can't see
and
anything.
then you go through the castle, and then it unveils itself, and it's
Okay.
like that's kind of cool.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. But all the other portals, to your point,
All right. Well, speaking of lightning and the cool portal,
Yes.
let's go to Dark Universe.
yes.
Mm.
My priority in here is one thing and one thing only, and I'm pretty much gonna have to save it for the next show because it's food. But I
Oh, can I
really wanna
guess?
Try. Yeah, go ahead.
Das Steakhouse.
No,
The Burning
Oh.
Blade. It's got to be the Burning Blade.
It's at the Burning Blade. It's the pretzel that looks like a steak.
Oh, that looks like a
Like a wooden steak. Yeah.
Right.
You don't want to see Monsters Unchained?
No, guys, I'm probably gonna disappoint you. I don't know if I'm gonna do it if we go in April.
Oh. Wait.
I
why?
just think
I think Danny's starting to
I might have to do it just for Danny. I feel like I'm gonna have to.
I was going to say,
Dude, that
come
cube
on.
looks amazing. You've seen the
This-
videos?
I was watching like walkthroughs today. I think it might be too scary for my kids. Well, Heidi would be fine, but it might be too scary for my little guy.
But what about you?
Okay.
What about me? What about me, Kevin?
Would it be too scary for you?
You
Here's what I'll
handle it.
say. I can imagine a reality in which I am all done with the power up interactive garbage in Nintendo World, and we
Now we talking.
exit to go ride the ride. But
Wait, time out. Can we just appreciate power up interactive garbage?
yeah,
It's like
Just a
9
second.
cents on a napkin.
That's just like mannequin
Yeah,
trash.
it's a classic.
That is,
Yeah.
that's beautiful. I love it.
It's
I
very
can imagine
poetic.
myself wanting to skip out on that. So perhaps there'll be a moment where I'll be like, "Hey, Josh, I'm going to go on this thing." But I think he probably wants to go on it more than I do.
I'm about to say
Well,
Josh would probably dig it.
He's-
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he
Thank
probably
you.
wants to go on it. So I don't know. We'll see how crowded it is.
It's called
We'll see,
baby
like,
swap.
maybe. Well, yeah. Maybe we could like get my daughter to sort of babysit Sam in the
Yeah.
Nintendo world and come up with a meeting place or something. She's got her phone, so we could message her.
He might be,
Yeah.
your little guy
I bet
might be brave with
I mean,
everybody going in there with
He
him.
might be brave.
He might
That's
surprise you. I
You
think.
probably going to walk off that ride. You can be like, you know what? That was like the best ride in the whole
He
entire
might.
park. If
He
not,
might.
maybe the second.
The animatronics, if anything, just
And
think
Frankenstein's like a good guy on the ride.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do
But
it,
yeah,
Rachel.
that's
you can
it.
do it.
The
You can do
garlic
it,
pretzel. That's what I want. But yeah, maybe I'm listen. I'm gonna have to do that ride just to be able to talk to you
You do
guys
it.
about it because I feel like you might not.
Rachel. Maybe I save some points and we go later this year and we take Rachel on said ride.
Oh, I'm kidnapping her and putting her on that ride.
Get a
She does not
3-bedroom
ride that.
villa and then you get your own thing and then we that's all we're doing. We're going to Monster
Going
Chain.
for it. Yeah, you're part of the gang now.
All right. So what are you guys? What are your priorities in this land?
Monsters
Ooh.
and
Monsters Unchained.
Yeah.
Not
You
even
know,
close.
you know, let me take that back. I got to see Monsters and Chain, but I also want to go to Das Steakhouse and eat everything at Das Steakhouse.
Das Steakhouse
Steakhouse
looks
looks
cool.
That looks very
Yeah,
awesome.
it looks very cool.
But I don't know. I have y'all seen videos of the interior of the Burning Blade yet?
Yes,
It looks really cool.
I
it
think
looks kind of.
I
That
have
looks
to look
cool.
that.
I want to see the blade. First of all, flame on.
yes.
Right on. Okay.
Yeah, I want to see the blade go flame on. You know,
I'm about to look
like
this
Fantastic
up.
Four. But yeah, and
I think
I
I,
want to see
dig the
everything.
ambiance at the Burning Blade a
Let me
little bit
see
more.
this.
I want to see the violinist ask me the question: "Do you want to live forever?" I would say, "Yeah."
Well, that's Highlander.
You know?
That's the best movie ever.
And then she'd be like, "You can't curse here, but I have a story to tell." And Dracula can
It
live
is
forever.
the Das Steakhouse menu. It's surprising to me that this is quick service. Like it
I know,
looks
right?
like a table service menu. So I am interested in that.
Yeah,
Especially I really like vegetarian food, so the stuffed cabbage seems kind of interesting to me.
I agree. The stuffed cabbage looks really good.
Question now: is there any? Because I didn't see any table service type restaurants in the lands themselves. All I saw was
Yeah.
Celestial Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. It's just those two.
And that's a little bit of a bummer for me because it's like, they're still not quite getting it yet.
Well,
Yeah.
to be fair to them, they do have expansion pads, so we can cross our fingers. I doubt
They
it.
do.
but
I also think that they're quick service. Like if I think about the Leaky Cauldron and the Three Broomsticks, like they're not table service, but you order at the counter and then you go find your seat and they bring it out to you. Like you can kind of make that more of a leisurely kind of lingering experience.
just without the refinement of a table service atmosphere. Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of liked having the waiter and like, especially like if your waiter is part of the story.
Well, I mean, think
Which
about
it looks like they are.
Yeah.
Like,
well, Ministry of Magic. I mean, I'm surprised they don't have like a really killer French restaurant or something.
it does have a French restaurant. We're going to talk about this next week.
Yeah,
It
we
does
are.
have-
Well, I mean, but not like a table service though.
No, yeah, it doesn't have
That's
a
the only
table service.
thing. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I'm
The
sorry.
food looks like table service quality though.
I just looked at the pictures. They're like, yeah, the women
The
on
flaming- the
fire.
women,
I'm sold. I'm that.
You down with that one?
Down. I'm
The
there.
Burning Blade? Is that what
Yeah.
you're talking about?
Yeah.
Burning Blade Tavern?
I hadn't seen the. I was just kind of looking through to kind of see like, but that's insane.
Yeah.
That's why you.
really
That's what
cool.
you're paying for. Insanity. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, even the fact that when you go through the portal, there's like already fog.
You
on
could,
the
like,
ground
take the-
spewing out, just adding to the atmosphere.
Well, I think
That's
it's
a killer
mist.
idea. Is it mist or is it fog
Like when you first
machines?
show up, like
Wow.
with the tombstones and everything like that, I thought that was mist that they were doing.
Oh,
They
I thought
said
it was the
that
fog
you
machines.
off.
Okay, yeah.
I remember we talked
I
about
thought it was
that
fog
earlier part.
machines, which I guess is the same thing in like Florida.
Kinda. Yeah.
I mean, they can't really do like fog.
So, do you think your son Rachel would do the monster makeover, or would that be too much?
I don't think he would enjoy it. They don't really like getting their faces painted.
Okay.
Neither of them do. We did the like pirate makeover thing on a cruise ship one time and he was fine with it, but he wasn't like pumped. I don't think he would do that again.
Is there any creatures that are out there that you would do like a meet and greet with, take pictures?
All of them.
The Invisible Man looks like
Invisible
he's like
Man.
a lot of fun.
I was gonna
Seems
say
he's funny.
yes.
Frankenstein, of course. I haven't seen Dracula, but maybe it's because I really haven't seen any videos at night, and Dracula can't come out during the day, so maybe
that's fair.
part of it.
Well, supposedly you run into him in the ride, so which is dark.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the only place you can find him unless it's night.
I was gonna say the Invisible Man looks entertaining.
When it's
Yeah, it does,
nighttime,
as I've seen.
watch your back.
Yeah, and your neck.
Although they do have hunters. They do have hunters that
Yes, I did
maybe
see
can protect you.
And they were at the Burning Blade, right?
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
what I liked about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I like the idea of like going in there and kind of grabbing a drink and interacting.
Kind of adventure clubbish.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Here's some crazy
Adventure
tales
Club
about that.
light.
Yeah. that whole land just looks incredible. Just
Oh, it does.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think that one also has an expansion pad, which I hope because I mean they just
Rumor is
yeah.
a creature from the Black Lagoon boat ride kind of thing. Is what I've heard.
Oh man,
That's a rumor.
which would be great because I love Jaws, and if they treat that with
Yep.
any respect like they did Jaws, it's got to be good.
Oh yeah.
It's got to be good.
There's something about that when you're going around and you just don't know where it's going to pop up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a lot of fun.
Jaws
yeah.
was terrifying the first time I rode. It was like, and I love Jaws. And I was like, where is it coming from? Where is it happening?
Well, when it pops up and it's all electrocuted,
Yes.
I'm like, oh.
Just teeth.
I was watching videos of that ride the other day. I was like, damn, I missed that ride.
I do
That was
too.
such a cool ride. I
Yeah.
wish they could have kept it in some form.
Same.
But, you know,
Yeah.
But
Jaws.
it is what it is. E.T. lives.
Yeah.
Jaws had to go.
Jaws had to go.
Yeah.
Well, did we make it through the entire park?
I think we did. Yeah.
We
We didn't
did.
talk about the werewolf coaster in Dark Universe. I think it's probably because it's not really a priority for anybody. It kind of looks sick.
Yes.
It's very spinny.
No, yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking when I'm probably going to ride it and be nauseous for the rest of the day. But yeah, that's what I'm concerned about. Like, I haven't even seen any video. I might take a look and see when somebody posts
looks
some
very
actual.
spinny.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
want to be sick.
It doesn't look as controlled spinny as Cosmic
Cosmic
Rewind.
Rewind.
Right.
It's definitely more like one of those. Like I rode one of
Free-flowing.
these. Yeah, free flowing spinner. I rode one in Brazil and I was like, oh, I'm sick.
Wait, what was? Oh my
Mhm.
gosh, the one in Dino Land. What was?
Oh, that was
Primeval World.
Primeval World. That's even more
Yes.
controlled than this.
Yes.
Like
Right.
I rolled
Like
a,
that looks better than this.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Oh.
Like in Brazil, there's a park called Hopi Hari, and they had a free spinning coaster, where it doesn't matter. It all depended on the weight that was in the car at the time.
Yeah.
And the turn and how you took the turns. They didn't regulate it.
Mm.
And granted, I rode that like maybe 4 times because I was younger and I was like, this is great. But man, that is a spin adventure because you have no idea where north is.
That's why I like the whole magic. When you go to like the Magic Kingdom and you ride the teacups, you get to control if you want to spin or not. I think that would be a really good idea. Like, do you want a lot of spin, medium? Like, you could control the amount of spinning that you do because motion sickness on these rides is such a real thing.
Yeah, that's very real.
And it is, yeah.
Nobody wants to be cleaning up vomit. Nobody wants to sit in a car that somebody just vomited in.
Nope.
So, I mean, vomit is a bad thing.
Nobody wants to be crushed by big people like me.
And, that's happened, yes.
Yeah. So, well.
Ouch. Yeah, no, that probably just like the Rachel's Rally. That's probably one I'm okay with skipping when we go in June.
Yeah,
because we're going in June.
We're going in June.
I didn't say that at the beginning of the show. We are going in June,
and Rachel's going in April.
There you go.
Rachel's going in April. One day we'll all go at the same time.
We'll
get some pictures done.
Yeah,
some press pictures done. But anyway, so if any weekends are down at the same time and are going, man, we'd love to meet up with you. First of all, number one,
we got 2 days, guys.
Yeah, in fact, Eric G, he big sweats, is down there right now to pay his homage to Muppet Vision 3D. He messaged in the weekend group. Yeah, he said he's down there right now.
Good for him, man.
Nice.
Yep, paying his respects with his family of Muppet Vision 3D. I was like, yeah, we'll be there in June.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so good for him. So if any more weekends are around in June, we'd love to hear from you. And if you're not able to make it, man, if there's things you want us to prioritize to experience for you so that we can relay it to you and let you know how it goes before you book that vacation to Rachel and stuff in later in the year, let us know. And we're about to tell you how to get in touch with us to tell us all those things in just a little bit. Well, y'all, we hope you enjoyed hearing about all those planning ideas and stuff, things maybe to do in Epic Universe. Look, if you want to learn more about us, the Magic Our Way podcast, follow us on any social media platform. Also, if you want to get in touch with us to share your questions or things that you want us to do for you at Epic Universe before you go, you can do it through the following ways. Look, shoot us an email at show@magicourway.com or call or text us at 1-815-MO-WEEKEND. That is 1-815-MO-WEEKEND. 669-4226.
You sure you didn't hurt yourself just now?
I did.
I was going to say, you just made that.
By the skin of my teeth.
You lost some breath on
the skin of my chinny chin, as they say. But anyway, look, we have a couple people that do things outside of the podcast. First of all, we got Eli does things with comics. Eli, what you got?
No, that's right. As always, you can visit my site, ivorycomics.com. You can see all the work that I have. 48 pages, all color. The only ad film is for this podcast. That includes Project Geisha, Savages, and The Molly Be Damned. Also on the site, you can see blogs and interviews, and of course, a link to the Magic Our Way podcast. So you never miss a beat. You never miss an episode. You never miss what you're going to see, how you want to see when you're out there in Epic. So as always, appreciate the support there for the Ivory Comics website. On social media, you can find me there. Facebook, Eli H. Ivory. That's my name right there. If you're a real person, it's a pleasure to meet you. If you're a bot, I do not need to greet you. I do not need to hear another pyramid scam that can turn into a square if I save the Prince of Wakanda. No, thank you, Mr. Bot. Also on Facebook, you can see the Project Geisha fan page. So again, facebook.com/Project Geisha. Also on Instagram, I'm right out there posting up the hearts and the likes, see what you guys got. EIV504 is where you can find me there. And of course on X, I can be found at Hancock10166. So yes, if you appreciate the madness, they're just bringing me the gladness. Thank you very much.
And I just want to give a shout out to Lenore of Magical Day Travel.
Yes.
This is another travel agent that's a fan of the show, apparently, Rachel. So,
what?
Yeah, she is. Hey, Lenore, she's cool. But she really loved their prostate discussion from last week. So I just want to throw that in there.
Yes. Wait, what? She liked that?
She did. She, in her words, she says, "I am dead, skull face, laughing so hard at friggin' prostate and colon discussion." Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
She said priceless.
I should give, you know what? I should give a shout out to my man, Minnesota Viking. He's somebody that I played this game called Total Battle.
Battle.
Yeah. And I talked to him on there and I was telling him about the show and he listens to the show and then he'll come out and be like, "Oh man, Disney, that's cool." And then he'll be like, "Man, because I didn't tell him who I was, what my real name is." He's like, That's got to be you. You got to be Eli. The way you talk, you're crazy. So he's been listening to the show.
Oh, shout out to Minnesota Vikings.
Shout out to Minnesota Vikings. So
the Saints lost to them at one point.
That is fair.
That is fair, which is very heartbreaking, but good to them.
But hey, we beat them on the road to the Super Bowl. So
this is true. Yeah, that's only
it's
fair.
It's a back and forth thing, but
well, shout out to Minnesota Vikings. I love
that. And I appreciate the girl like that.
Did he give you any tips on how to find your prostate?
I did not ask him about that.
Well, I'm sure he can help.
I know he knows.
We just make sure to go on raids and attack people. Talk about prostate.
But Lenore loved it. Lenore, she absolutely loved it.
That was, that was cool because you were like, "Hey, you sure are you good with airing this?" And I was like, "Go for it, man."
You can make sure because I know you were a little.
I mean, it was a sensitive subject, but hey,
but it came out great.
Well, Lenore, if you want to know about any other places in the body that Eli doesn't really quite know where to find,
just wait till we have a conversation
just send
about
us a
it. Then you'll
question.
bring it up later.
We'll quiz him on the air.
Yeah.
We'll bring,
and you know what?
We'll bring his ex on, and she'll tell you all about what.
Can I have that wine, Richie? Show up there.
And can I just say shout out to Lenore for listening past the piano music?
Yes.
Because you never know what the gold nuggets you're gonna get past the piano. I know some listeners, they hear that da 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 da, and it's like, all right, click, we're done. Sometimes there's like gold nuggets. Just like this next gold nugget we're about to give about how to book a vacation to Epic Universe with Rachel. How do they do this?
Yes, the easiest way to reach me is by sending me an email. That's Rachel, RACHEL @magicourway.com. You can also find me by phone. You can leave a message. You can send me a text message. My phone number is 978-432-WISH. That's WISH. And another way is on social media. I have a Facebook page, TikTok, Instagram, and a YouTube. I answer private messages on all of those platforms. And my handle, username, is R Family Magic. That's the letter R and then the words Family Magic. So those are all the ways you can find me and contact me. The best thing about booking a trip with me is that it is at no extra cost to you. It's exactly the same cost as you would pay directly through Universal's website or through Disney's website. But a little piece of your vacation cost comes back to support this podcast community. And we are so grateful when listeners book. And you get my help, as much or as little of it as you like. And when you have questions, I'm here to help field them. And I'm here to help be an advocate for you if something comes up. And so it's just a bonus. So please reach out. I'm excited to hear from you.
And look, so the next Pirate Day that comes up, which is in September, I'm going to cut a promo for you. Because every time I hear our Family Magic, I want to go, our Family Magic.
Yeah, it does sound like that.
Yeah. And it was a stupid joke, but I literally think about that every single time she says this. So now
you finally got. You've been holding that in for so long.
I have.
Good for you for finally getting that out.
Years.
He's feeling vacation coming about.
I feel good.
It's changing.
It's because I'm 50.
Yes, congratulations.
Yeah, Kevin is 50, guys.
I am officially 50 now.
Yes,
you're a gorgeous 50. You silver fox.
I know. I'm fine. Hey, but look. In addition, go to patreon.com/Magic Our Way, which is another fine way to support the Magic Our Way podcast. Also, another option that costs only a minute or so of your time is to leave a rating and a review on Apple Podcasts and or wherever you access our show, whether it is YouTube, Spotify, Podbean, etc. Any way which you can support the show is deeply appreciated. We also want to thank you for being a loyal listener, and we always love hearing from your listeners. All opinions are always welcome to the Magic Our Way podcast, so make sure you get in touch with us today. So we say Kwaharini. My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
Magic out.
All right. Nachos are on plates.
And you are. Bye!